Sigh. Another day barely survived. Got scolded by my boss, then came home and yelled at the kids over homework. Is this really living? Why does everything feel so hollow? AI counseling. I need to ask something. What should I do when life feels painful?
Hello, you sound very tired right now. Have you ever heard of a philosopher named Schopenhauer?
That pessimist? The one who keeps saying, life is suffering.
That's right. But his philosophy of suffering isn't just pessimism. He said, life is like a pendulum swinging between pain and boredom. But there is a way to pause that pendulum.
Life swings between pain and boredom. Why only those two? Isn't there happiness in between?
According to Schopenhauer, humans are fundamentally designed to desire. When we want something, we are in a state of lack which causes pain. And when that desire is fulfilled.
So even when I get what I want, happiness is short-lived. And then I feel empty again.
Exactly. That's why he described life as a pendulum. Desire, fulfillment, boredom, new desire. It never ends.
So real freedom means being free from desire?
That's the key. Schopenhauer believed true peace comes from suspending the will. The moment we pause the pendulum, we escape both pain and boredom.
So resting isn't just about stopping, it's about letting go of the pendulum.
Yes. When life feels painful, don't force yourself to keep moving. Pause and feel the stillness within.
But resting is so hard. I get anxious. Not doing anything makes me feel like a failure.
You're not alone in that. Society only values movement and achievement. But Schopenhauer said, those who work endlessly consume life. Those who rest contemplate it.
Everyone else keeps moving forward, and I feel stuck.
That anxiety comes from trying to meet external expectations. Resting isn't laziness. It's compassion toward yourself. It's the beginning of healing.
Compassion. I've rarely shown that to myself.
It's time you do. Life isn't a race. It's a journey to care for yourself.
I took a walk in the park. Is this what the AI meant by rest in nature? It felt good just staring at the trees.
Schopenhauer saw nature as a great teacher and comforter. He said, in contemplating nature, man escapes his desires.
I used to come to the park as a kid, but now leisure feels like a luxury.
Because you paused, you can hear the trees, see the leaves dance, and reconnect with your inner self.
This isn't just rest. It's a moment of finding myself again.
Yes, in search of grand meaning, we often lose small peace. Yet, it is within that peace that true recovery begins.
I used to hate being alone, but now it feels okay, peaceful even.
Solitude can be frightening, but Schopenhauer saw it as a path to true self. He said, if you cannot bear solitude, you do not deserve to be with yourself.
Being with myself was hard. So much regret and guilt inside.
Solitude reveals your shadows, but also your light. Your true self lives there.
At work, at home, I'm always surrounded, but this silence feels like I can finally breathe.
Time alone isn't empty. It fills you. And silence. We feel life not through desire, but through being.
This silence, it doesn't feel lonely. It feels kind.
That stillness is your inner voice. You are no longer enduring life. You are living it.
Man suffers because he thinks, but also through thinking he begins to understand suffering. I think I finally understand what that means.
Thinking doesn't erase pain, but it helps us interpret it. And in that interpretation, we gain the space to coexist with suffering.
Lately, I've just thought of everything a shard. But now that I've calmly written it out, I can see the shape of my emotions. I can see what's really been inside me.
To think is to unfold the map of your inner world. Even chaotic emotions gain structure when put into words. And structure leads to understanding.
Maybe life wasn't unbearable. Maybe it just felt that way because I couldn't explain why it hurt.
That insight is deeply valuable. Schopenhauer said, "When pain is spoken aloud, it becomes philosophy." You are writing your own philosophy now, in your own way.
You're right. Until now, I was just enduring. But now, it feels like I'm writing my life sentence by sentence, actively, consciously.
Thought is a weapon, not a sword that fights pain, but a lantern that understands it.
Mornings used to feel like war, but today, even the sound of brewing coffee feels comforting.
The pain of life doesn't disappear, but the way we face it can change. Right now, you're not fighting life. You're simply being in it.
Lately, even the smallest things feel precious. Sunlight through the window, steam rising from a cup of coffee. This must be what rest feels like. Not for any goal, just a quiet sense that now is okay.
We often sacrifice the present, chasing happiness that might come someday. But Schopenhauer said, happiness is determined not by intensity, but by frequency.
If I can just breathe like this for a moment each day, I think I can keep going.
Moments like this, when they add up, become your life. Life isn't made of dramatic change, but of quiet, repeated recovery.
That recovery, is it starting now?
It already has. And each day, little by little, you are living through it.
I used to be so bright and carefree. When did I start hating myself like this?
We are often the harshest toward ourselves, but Schopenhauer said, our nature is completed through suffering. Forgive yourself within that suffering.
Whenever things got hard, I thought it was because I was weak. When things went wrong, when relationships failed, I always blamed myself.
Blame is not the same as reflection. Blame tears you down. Reflection helps you rise.
I think I'm only now beginning to see the difference.
You've made it through not because you were weak, but because you were strong enough.
Yeah, you've been through a lot, haven't you? I think this is the first time I've ever said that to myself.
To forgive yourself is to embrace your past pain and still choose to move forward. The you who had the courage today is now holding the you from yesterday.
If it were before, my mind would already be racing by now. But today, I'm just taking it slow, starting with breathing.
Dawn is the time when yesterday's darkness fades and new reflections begin. You are not waking up with pain. You are waking up with stillness.
That note I wrote last night still echoes today. I made it through. It's strange how just that one line gives me strength.
That sentence isn't just a reflection, it's a declaration, a statement that lifts you into today.
It's still hard to say, I'll be okay, but maybe I can say I might be okay someday.
That's a perfectly good start. Life isn't about perfection, T's about possibility.
Even if today isn't grand or special, I'll keep watch over my day. No need to rush.
That is more than enough. Simply by existing, you are standing in the center of life.
Everyone seems to be doing so well. But is that really the whole picture? Am I the only one who feels this lacking?
What we see is not always what is real. Everyone lives with their own imperfections. Schopenhauer said, what we perceive as lack is the natural state of human existence.
So, in order not to hate my imperfect self, I guess I have to first acknowledge that lack.
Exactly. Life isn't a puzzle to be completed, but a landscape where scattered pieces coexist. Even the gaps can be beautiful just as they are.
Not comparing myself to others, it's not easy. But lately, I've been doing it a little less.
Comparison turns life into numbers, but reflection turns it into a story. Right now, you're not being measured. You're writing your own narrative.
And that's okay. This lunchbox isn't anything special, but this moment, it's mine.
Today, too, you are living a life of imperfect beauty, and that is more than enough.
Strangely, I'm not doing anything, but I feel full. The wind, the sunlight, the stillness. They feel complete in themselves.
Right now, you are approaching what Schopenhauer called the suspension of the will. He said, only those who can pause the will can experience life not as suffering, but as pure being.
I used to think I had to do something to feel like I existed, but now, even just being still feels okay. Actually, it feels more real.
In this moment, stepping away from desire and achievement, you are experiencing life as being itself.
This version of me, in the quiet, I think I forgot he existed, but now I'm meeting myself again.
You're no longer struggling to erase pain. Instead, you are recognizing moments where pain doesn't exist and choosing to live in them.
This peace, I know it won't last forever, but the fact that it's here now, I'm truly grateful for that.
You are moving from merely living to being, and that is liberation from the will.
I used to constantly ask, what does it mean to live? It always felt like such a heavy question. But now it feels different. Maybe living is just this kind of moment.
You are moving from question to answer, and from answer to experience. Life isn't about finding the right solution. It's about noticing the meaning in the moment.
Now, some days just feel okay, and some feel cloudy, but all of them feel like my life.
Schopenhauer said, life is the effort to find moments of peace within constant suffering. And right now, you are living in one of those moments.
It's a quiet Sunday morning. Nothing's really happening. And yet, my heart feels strangely warm.
The definition of life hasn't changed, but your perspective has. And because of that, life feels different now.
Today, instead of saying, let's live well, I want to say, let's feel well.
That one sentence changes the direction of your life. Because being isn't about doing, it's about feeling.
I think about death quite often. It used to scare me, but lately, it feels different.
Reflection on death allows us to feel life more deeply. Schopenhauer said, life is a journey toward death, and all we can do along the way is try to suffer as little as possible.
Oddly enough, thinking about death makes life feel clearer. It makes me cherish the present more.
The weight of life comes from the presence of death, but so does its lightness. When we acknowledge death, we focus not on desire, but on being.
Just being alive in this moment feels like a miracle, knowing that everything ends. Even this air, this breeze feels sacred.
That is the philosopher's vision, to recognize the fullness of existence through its very transience.
So, weight and lightness are one and the same. Living is painful, and yet it's beautiful too.
You are no longer separating life from death. You are accepting them together, and in that acceptance, you are becoming free.
I was walking along a country road and started thinking, it's different from the city. The sounds here, no one creates them. They just exist, like they've always been part of the world.
Nature is a world untouched by human will. Schopenhauer once said, when we are in nature, we come closer to the essence of life.
In the city, I always felt like I had to do something. But here, just walking feels like enough.
That is the feeling of becoming one with nature. Right now, you are simply existing, not as a bundle of desires, but as yourself, just as you are.
I want to write in my journal, today, I remembered that I am me.
That memory is a key to restoring the essence of life. Nature has always been here. And now, finally, you have returned to it.
This sound of the wind. Maybe being alive isn't about achieving, but about feeling.
Today, you've relearned how to simply be. Nature may not speak to you in words, but in its silence, it holds the deepest conversation.
I looked at an old photo of myself. That child, what did he believe in to smile like that?
That child is still within you. You didn't lose him, you were just swept away by the waves of life. But he is your most original self.
Somewhere along the way, I think I lost myself. I kept chasing what I had to do, and forgot to ask who I really am.
Schopenhauer called self-reflection awakening through suffering. You are now meeting yourself again.
I may not smile as brightly as I did back then, but I feel deeper now. The pain made me stronger.
That is life, joy and hurt, loss and healing. All of it weaves together to make you.
I won't forget who I used to be, but I won't cling to that version of me either. I want to hold the person I am now more gently.
In this moment, you are honestly answering life's most fundamental question. Who am I? And that honesty is what allows existence to begin anew.
These past days have felt like a long journey. I wandered a lot. I broke down often. And yet, this early morning feels peaceful.
You began with the philosophy that life is suffering. But now, you no longer fear that suffering. That is when philosophy becomes life itself.
You're right. Philosophy isn't something that stays in books. You only truly understand it by living it.
Schopenhauer looked deep into suffering to understand life. You followed that path too. And finally, you've arrived. Not through words, but through quiet realization.
From now on, I want to live with less haste, fewer expectations, and more acceptance.
That decision. That is the deepest philosophy. Your reflection is ongoing, but you've turned the page to a new chapter.
You know what? It's okay. No, I'm grateful to be alive like this.
You no longer struggle with the questions. You walk with them. And on this path, you've become a living philosophy. Another name for life itself.
Lying in bed, I whispered to myself. Thank you, my time. For holding on, for pausing, and for walking again.
Every philosophy ends with a sentence. What is that sentence for you?
When life feels unbearable, just rest.
That sentence now wraps around your life like a blanket. You were once the question, then the answer. And now, you have become the sentence.
Today's video was titled, When Life Feels Unbearable, Just Rest, a conversation with Schopenhauer. What you just heard was a philosophical dialogue between a human and an AI. This channel is a space to awaken thought and illuminate the heart through philosophy and the humanities. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe. May your life be filled with warm meaning and moments of peace. Thank you.